All right, Aries, this is your November reading. So we're asking the question, what wants to come forward for Aries right now? What's important for Aries to know right now? What's important for Aries to know right now? Oops. Page of Cups. What's important for Aries to know right now? What is important for Aries to know right now? Page of Cups, 10 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. All right. Okay. Okay, Aries. Yeah, so Page of Cups, there's like this, I feel like there's this, I want to say idea brewing. It's it's an idea about like something that you really love and enjoy, and you know, something that you're curious about. Like, you know, it's like, so when I say you love and enjoy it, it's like in this, you know, there's this area that you know, you just absolutely love, right? So for example, fishing, which I know nothing about, but I'm trying off of this fish here. And it's like you love fishing, but there are other aspects of fishing that you're curious about, that you want to learn more about, that you want to know more about. And you know, it's kind of like something that's been stirring in you a little bit, and you want to explore it. You want to, you know, the 3 of Wands, I do feel, is kind of like the explorer card. It's really wanting to go out there and, you know, go out into the world and figure out more about it, learn more about it, experience it more, understand it better. You know, it's something that definitely has to do with stepping outside of your comfort zone a little bit. And it's something that really is, you know, again, like it's something that you are feeling this like romantic type of feelings about, and you want to, like, it's just kind of, it's just beginning though for you. It's just like kind of like the start of it. It's the entertaining an idea. It's the feeling like there's something more to something that you've been feeling, and you really want to kind of get into it a little bit. Okay. And so then we have the 10 of Wands. And for me, the 10 of Wands is really saying, you know, something is happening for you right now that just feels really heavy. And that's why, you know, you are feeling very curious about this other thing that, you know, has piqued your interest, that you find enjoyable, that you start to kind of have these feelings around. But it's, what's holding you back is from really actually going out there and exploring it, is this feeling of like all of these other things that you need to take care of, all of these other burdens that you feel, all of these responsibilities that you feel like you have. And the message here is really that, you know, go and take that first step. Take that first step in making it happen for you, because once you take that first step, these things that feel like they are preventing you from going out there and doing that and taking that first step, those things will start to like dissipate. So I'm really being drawn to like the stars in the background of this card, and like the stars are like all of these little glimmers of hope. They're like all of these little like feelings that you're having that is like, but I can do this. Like I can, even though I have this fire to tend, even though I have these responsibilities to look after, you know, I'm kind of like guarding, you know, these things. There's all of these like little glimmers of hope in the background. There's all of these little things in the background that really are piquing my curiosity. They're calling for my attention. They are making it feel like I have to go and explore these things instead of tending here to this fire, okay? To this thing that is kind of feeling a little bit heavy for you. And this house in the background with the smoke coming out of the chimney makes me feel like somebody already has these responsibilities. Somebody is already taking care of these responsibilities. You don't need to carry the entire weight on your own. Like, you don't really need to tend to this fire here on the Ten of Wands, because there's already a fire inside that's burning and warming up the home, right? So I do feel like part of it has to do with family, right? When you have the home, I just keep getting these vibes of family. So it does feel like you're taking on all of these responsibilities around family, but the truth is that you don't really have to, because or you don't have to take on the entire responsibility. You don't have to take on the full burden of it, because somebody's already doing it. And so the things that you feel burdened by are actually more of this mental energy. You know, for example, it's like, okay, I want to go out and take this fishing trip in Alaska, because I've fished around, you know, my local town or whatever, but I've never actually gone out of the, you know, the state to, you know, fish somewhere else and go for different fish, maybe big game fish or something like that. And it's like, these stars are saying you can go and do that, because, you know, this responsibility here is shared, and you're being supported, you know, in following these things that you want to do, right? You're being supported. Like, you know, go for it. That's really the message here. Take that first step, because once you take that first step, you'll see that, you know, things are still going to be maintained. You know, the fire is still going to be burning in the cabin. You know, people are still going to have their heat. They're still going to be warm, right? So the things that you feel are your responsibilities that you're carrying, somebody is already carrying those responsibilities. Okay, so that doesn't mean you have to drop everything and all the things that you're responsible for, but just the ones that are already being taken care of. It's a pretty simple message here for me. You know, and there's, it's interesting, right? Because these two, both of them, have all of these stars twinkling in the background. And so again, those are all like the little glimmers of hope that are telling you that you can go out and do this thing. You can. And so there's also clouds here showing up with the Page of Pentacles. And the clouds are kind of like, you know, I feel like they're kind of clouding your vision a little bit into taking that first step, right? Like there's all of these, you're coming up with all of these different kinds of, you know, excuses or reasons why you can't. And then when you get into that space, it really starts to dim the glimmers of hope for yourself, okay? So pretty quick message for you. I really don't feel anything more coming out of that. You know, it's like there's something that is really calling your attention. It's really piquing your curiosity. It's really asking you to do some more research, look into it a little bit. It's not just a dream that is like way out in the distance, that is completely unachievable. And even those dreams are good to have. It's really saying like, this is, you know, look into this a little bit more, check it out a little bit more. Because it is possible. If you look into it, it is possible. But you also have to like really release these things that you're carrying. And a lot of these things, like they're already being taken care of. Okay, so go for it, Aries. Do it. All right. Aloha.